Good afternoon all, CapMobackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, December 14th. Look at the window traders market profile of the ES and the NQ. Well, market pulled back a bit after gapping higher today. NQ filled their gap rather quickly in B period. We filled our gap not until H. We attempted to go trend down in both ES and NQ, only to fail. Look, the market is no doubt long in all time frames. So once in a while, we are going to get these pullbacks, without a doubt. But that's all it was. This isn't even consolidation, folks. We had higher value on the day, and we stayed in the upper distribution from yesterday. All day, and for the most part, traded above yesterday's high. Now, NQ was more tired, but this is what I was explaining to the room. NQ's accomplished a lot. They're the leader. Now, the one thing they didn't do is get their overnight high. So their all-time high is in the overnight right now, right around, I think it's 16,885. But they've accomplished a lot. We haven't gotten that yet. We haven't gotten our all-time high yet in ES or SPY. Okay? So I wasn't surprised NQ earlier on was kind of pushing lower harder and took advantage of it too on the sell side. But the algos are always searching, right? And I think the market just got tired up here, right? Now, Righty's impressive. Righty's volume again today is 81 million shares. That's the highest in a long time. So yesterday was 70 million. That day back on, I think it was December 1st, was 64 million. I think fund managers are finding themselves underweight in the small caps. That's long-term money buying it, folks. That's when you know long-term money's in there, right? So they held their gap today. It's still a pretty sizable gap. And they go out 9 wide. I guess you could use G as an afternoon rally high, but with the strength of the market, I wouldn't really lean on it if we got there tomorrow or in the next couple of days. NQ goes out an afternoon rally high, which I nailed for a short, but boy, oh boy, never expected this. We had a 200-point move from 818 down to 618, whatever we got down to. It's a 200-point move. Amazing. Didn't expect that kind of liquidation. What the funny thing is, so we opened higher with a gap. The gap filled, right, and then Q, and then they start grinding up. I had an offer at 90 in ES because I wanted to start a short at 90 and I would have shorted above the day's high. I didn't think they were going to really attempt to rip and go trend. Okay? Never got there. Got up to 88. So I missed my short by 2 points. NQ, though, did get up there a bunch of times. I shorted F and G. Because at that point we had the opening, we couldn't get to the opening. We had the 144. There's a lot of different things going on there that I thought was a good risk reward short. They also had the overnight low, the IB low. So I thought there were some things giving me a decent signal to be okay and short it here. I had a good day. I had a couple of losses. Early on, I was trying to get involved on the long side. This is a real frustrating one. In ES, I took a long, thinking we would get the overnight. No, we had gotten the overnight high. I'm trying to think. I took the long, forgot where we backed off to, and then it came in again. I got long more at 81. Actually, no, we didn't get the overnight high, I don't think, at that point. Not sure, but anyway. Added at 81, I said I'm out below the opening. Well, got below the opening, took it off, lost small on the 81 kinds, but I lost like 6 points on the other one I had. And then what did it do? Went right back up. So that was frustrating because I had it right. But I also said I'm going to get out if this isn't working. I did take a long in NQ, also in A period, to get the overnight high. Now, we didn't get it, but I made money on that. I got out before it got to it. Then in B period, initially I lost money on a long in NQ because I thought it would get the overnight high. But then when we took out A's low, I'm like, I don't think we'll go trend right away took it long down there and made back what I lost and more when it came back into A's range. So that was my long scenarios. And after that, I shorted NQ in C period to get the overnight low. Thought we would get it, and we did. E period, I took a long in ES to stop the one-time framing up. I'm sorry, to stop the one-time framing down. It didn't happen right away, and then finally it happened in F period. So we had that read right. Then I shorted NQ and FNG. I thought NQ was the better short because at that time, ES only had the overnight high, even though they had the IB low. NQ had both the overnight low and the IB low. So I thought being below the opening and much further away from the day's high, I thought it was a good risk-reward short, and they both paid me. But boy, oh boy, if I had held on, I nailed the high. I think I shorted 18 at the high, which is basically G's high. So those both worked out. I took a long in I period and NQ, a real quick one, when they filled the single prints. I got paid on it, but I didn't stay in it long. I think I got like 5 or 6 points. The next trade I was looking to do was to take a long in NQ, basically against where the poor structure was. If I put NQ in ones, they had a couple of missed price points here for when the market exploded yesterday at 2 o'clock. So I thought between that and the POC and defending yesterday's low the first time, so we stay up on the daily, would have been a good long. But it just didn't get there. But I was ready to buy it. And it would have been a good long. And then in J period, was it J? Yeah, J period, I took the short. We filled single prints. It couldn't have been J period. Had to be K period. As soon as we filled single prints, I took the short and it backed off and made money on that. And that was it. After that, I was like, KL&M, the goal was just to take back the trend day, and I don't think we're going to get much more out of it. And we didn't. So, good day overall. We saw the market well. Again, we're telling the room, not after the fact, but before the fact. So when this market started going higher in F and G, I told the room, I want to short here and my reasons. I want to short ES here and for my reasons. Way before the fact, right? It's always before the market does what we're looking to do. It's never like, oh, you know what, I took this short here, and all of a sudden, I'm in the money by 10 points. We're always telling them what we're looking for. Again, it's not about my trading. It's about trying to read the market to tell the room what they could possibly look for. As far as destinations, upside, 473.73 is SPY's high, and today's low is 469.25. In ES, 46 and a quarter is our low, and our high is 91.75, and then they have one destination left, 48.08 and a quarter, all-time high from January 4th of 2022. That's not back adjusted. Now, one other thing before we get to the charts. SPY goes ex-dividend tonight. This video is a little longer, but hopefully it's worth it. So wherever SPY settled, again, SPY right now, it looks like they have them settling around 472. So if the dividend's $1.50, you're going to see SPY priced at 470.50 tomorrow. So if we take out yesterday's low in SPY, even if it's because of the dividend, I can't help that. It would be back to balance. So we could possibly be back to balance in SPY and not in ES if ES doesn't go down and take it out. We'll talk about that more tomorrow morning on the video, depending on where we are trading. And then just quickly, on the charts, thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. One time framing up on the monthly, all systems go, one target left. And by the way, there's only one target left in triple Qs, right? And they haven't gotten their all-time high yet, but they got December's high from 2021. So November's high of 408.71 is the next target and only target for triple Qs. NQ got theirs. Weekly in SPY, look at that. Talk about getting distance away from previous highs. That's pretty healthy, isn't it? And the daily one-time framing up now, 5 days. So for people still trying to pick tops, be careful. Wow, our volume's 110 million. So if we do another 5 million in the overnight, it would crack our top 10 volume, which is pretty surprising. Wow. And let's see what IWM's at. 82.7 million. So fantastic volume again for IWM. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.